As the land of the brave, why do Americans so easily go to there's nothing we can do about it, we're different as soon as there's any issue at all that someone wants to tackle? Like guns. People like shooting guns. People say that people act like, that's a significant proportion of their... Like, it's a really big part of people's personalities. It's a really big part of people's, opinion. The way they live their lives. They all become single issue voters, and the single issue is guns, okay? But, I mean, dude, do you want to know why? Straight up, this is not a diss on anyone that's like covering the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. But do you want to know why? Like, no one gives a shit, okay? No one. We've already, the human condition is so capable of adapting, okay? And we have completely adapted to this new norm. Not even a new norm, but just like the norm in America. Kids get fucking brutally slaughtered, 19 of them, in a fucking elementary school, and people don't give a fuck. They just don't care. We've already moved on from it. Okay, got it, learned it. Well, shooting happened, thoughts, prayers, posted my shit on Instagram. Time to move on. And they have moved on. People already moved on. You know what I mean? Like, look no further than where people's interests lie than the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, which has been going on for like 8 months, I feel like. Which has been going on for years, I feel like. And motherfuckers are still, like, they're like, nope, that's significantly more important. It's not even 24 hours. It hasn't even been 24 hours, and it does not matter. People do not give a shit, okay? They just don't. Does that make me feel a little fucking doom-pilled? Yeah. Do I recognize that it probably comes from how desensitized we are? Most likely, you know? I don't think people care. I just don't care. I don't think people care. People they have moved on. They're like, yep, there's nothing we can do about it. Who gives a fuck? Right? Voting doesn't help. Protesting in the streets doesn't help. Nothing works. We have a government that straight up does not give a fuck. Like, literally does not care about the interests of its citizens. They are already far removed from the consequences of like their own legislative agenda, whether it be because they're 85 and never going to see the negative impact of climate change, or that they can get abortions themselves or for their children themselves because they're rich enough, or in this circumstance they have private security out the ass, so they're not going to get fucking shot at. They're sending their kids to the appropriate schools that probably have the coverage. They're not sending their kids to fucking public school. They're just fine. They're always gonna be fine until one of them gets fucking shot. They're not gonna give a shit. Same with any other issue that we're talking about. Like, I've made this dark assessment before about like gambling, right? Will there ever be any kind of legislation to maybe curb back online gambling? Will that happen? No, it won't. Until one of these fucking senators has a son or daughter that kills themselves because of their gambling addiction. And then, even then, it's entirely dependent on how many senators have a close proximity to someone who's been impacted by a gambling addiction. Only then will they overcome their desire to work at the whims of whatever fucking corporation is now a multi-billion-dollar revenue generating operation. They just don't care. The people who try to give a fuck every single time this happens are random parents of victims from past shootings, and those poor people are getting demonized by right-wing losers on Twitter and accused of clout chasing. People definitely don't care unless it's happening to them, and politics is just sports, something to keep score on and win. Yeah, no, it's incredibly fucked up. It's incredibly fucked up, but that is absolutely the truth. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. Straight up. But that softball game already happened to the ruling class? Yeah, that wasn't enough. That was not enough. Their meal ticket is still coming from, and it's not even just like their meal ticket coming from the NRA. The NRA is just a good way to calculate exactly how much these motherfuckers sell out for. But what you fail to recognize in that situation is that Americans, like the constituents, genuinely see this as a main issue. Okay, this has penetrated the American consciousness deeply. Guns are a very important, profoundly important single issue voter for single issue voters, or single issue for single issue voters. And the NRA is simply taking advantage of like America's psychotic gun culture, America's predisposition towards violence, and a lack of like adequate substitutes for your personality in the form of commodity consumption to pump up gun manufacturing as best as they can. And they are going to continue to do so. Like, it's not just the money that congressmen are getting from the NRA that stops them, that gets them to say thoughts and prayers in the aftermath of a fucking school shooting. It's not just that. It's also the reality that there's a lot of people who do love fucking guns. They do love shooting guns, and they think like any kind of restriction on weapons purchases is actually going to mean the government's going to come knocking down your door and like fucking killing you to take your AR-15 away. So, that's it. That's what's going on. That's what's happening in the fucking world, dude. It is what it is, but it is the reality. It's the dark reality that we are currently living in. Okay? Gun culture, our violent attitude, our violent culture. Everybody thinks they're fucking John Wayne. The idea that like you can become like a good guy with a shooter, even a good guy with a gun in a tactical situation, requiring you to be the hero. It's like everything that is wrong. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong all the time in America. Okay? Always. And I say this as someone who likes shooting guns, who has shotguns, who actually enjoys shooting guns. I think that it's a fine thing. It's a fine hobby. Like, I get it. I understand it. Here, by the way, I'm gonna post this tweet to inform people one last time. But it's fucking insane to make it a part of your entire personality and to vote on behalf of like what will happen to your gun, and also go along with the rest of the Republican Party against any initiative that actually fucking makes sense to, I don't know, curb back some of this gun violence through the form of regulation. There's a 99% chance that nothing will happen after this horrible incident based on the sole fact that both the victims and the shooter were brown. Fuck this country. Dude, it didn't happen after white kids were fucking murdered. Hold on. Here, I'm gonna show you Greg Abbott's press conference after the school shooting. This fucking piece of shit, is offering updates on what happened. And then we'll talk about Beto also jumping in. But obviously, if you were paying attention to what was going on yesterday, well, a school shooting, another fucking mass shooting happened in America, a country where mass shootings are so fucking commonplace. More mass shootings have happened in this country than there have been days in this year so far. Okay, and I don't know what to say. Do you think a majority of AR manufacturers are blame here? Like, AR is not the fucking most deadly weapon either. But I do think that it's something that should be severely restricted in both its manufacturing and also severely restricted in its sale to random people. But good luck getting that across to any single person. They will never understand that. If they love guns, if they have a gun, they think you're a fucking piece of shit. You're trying to take their toy away. But they never will admit that you're trying to take their toy away. They will try to turn that into a more serious conversation about fighting tyranny. Dude, you're a fat piece of shit. You've literally never left your couch. Your fucking skin has melted into the couch. You are not going to fight against a tyrannical government, okay? Like, you are not the Viet Cong. You are not the Taliban. You will never be able to fight successfully against the American government if it wanted to fucking shove its boot up your ass. And as it does all day, every day, and you shut the fuck up and you keep consuming the garbage that you consume on a daily basis and refuse to recognize that you're being fucked over all the goddamn time. So it's already happening. You talk about a tyrannical government fucking you over. Hello, we're here, okay? We're here already. A tyrannical government fucking you over isn't when they tell you can't get a $5 jalapeno popper at Applebee's, okay? It's the surveillance state that we have. It's the police state that we have. It's the severe lack of freedom of travel that you engage in. As long as it's done through a capitalist framework, though, you deserve it, right? You're a cuck piece of shit. You're a pathetic fucking loser. You're a serf. You have peasant mindset. You're like, oh, man. It's fine. It's fine. I deserve to be fucking shit on every day. I deserve to be in a situation where I can't pay for fucking healthcare. You know what I mean? There are people who legitimately believe that. They think that that's not tyranny. They think it's not fucking medical tyranny when you can't get healthcare because you just have it's just too expensive. You're paying a fuckload out of pocket. You're terrified to go to the doctor because you don't want to get medically bankrupt. So You know, that's not medical tyranny. The real healthcare tyranny is, I guess, when the government's like, here's a fucking free vaccine. None of these pieces of shit are going to fucking get together and actively dismantle the federal government, okay? They're not going to be able to do that. The Republican Party is already doing that. The Democratic Party is also looking over and allowing that to happen anyway. And they're doing it at the behest of corporations. You are fucking powerless, okay? And if you think you're a brave hero, a brave mujahideen who's going to be able to fight back against the American government and like actually fucking organize, guess what, dude? You can't even organize in a fucking workplace. Good luck. You don't even want to organize in your fucking workplace. Obviously, not the people in this chat, not the people in this community. But think about that. Motherfuckers are like, yeah, we're gonna fight back against the government. That's why I need a gun, bro. You can't even fucking fight back against your boss. Your shift manager fucks you every day. You can't even have you don't even have control over your own life as an adult, dude. 80% of your life is spent in a fucking corporate in a corporate office, okay, or in some kind of workplace, and you have no control over that. You can't even organize to take control over that in some meaningful capacity because you think that's communism. And then you turn around and you think you're going to fucking fight back against tyranny when the government wants to fuck you? The government's fucking you already. So shut the fuck up. Anyway, here's Governor Greg Abbott holding a press conference after the Texas shooting, even though he like literally is, alongside every other Republican, responsible for some of this fucking bloodshed. They are responsible for it. Governor Greg Abbott, straight up, like, you know, in 2015 was like, oh, we're number 2 after California in gun purchases. Like, we got to get those numbers up. Why, dude? Are you a gun? Hello? The fuck? What is it? What is that? What is that? Why is the fucking governor saying we need to buy more guns? Can you imagine doing that about any other commodity? Can you imagine people being like, wow, Arkansas is really kicking our ass with corn purchases. Time to buy more corn. Come on, California, step it up. No, that would be fucking psychotic. If you were like, I can't believe New York is buying more Burberry this year than we are here in California. Get right with it, sisters. Get right on it. We need to pump those numbers up. We need to buy more Burberry. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact price point. As a matter of fact, Burberry's probably cheaper than a fucking gun, but it doesn't matter. That's people think it's something different. People think it's like something totally different. When it's a gun, it's like a part of your personality, a part of your existence, a very important part of your personality. That's how little fucking that's how little care we have in ourselves and in our other fellow men and women, okay? That like we have attached our personality to a fucking weapon. It's such a complicated problem, and therefore solving it is virtually impossible. There is so much revenue to be made. There's so much revenue to generate from selling guns, from beefing up the gun culture and continuing to advocate for it. And so many people have like personally decided that this is their life. This is literally everything to them. They've attached their personalities to having a gun. And for some weird fucking reason, no one sees it like, if you had a friend who just everything they did was like about fucking wearing, you know, Supreme belts or wearing Supreme shit or wearing Gucci shit or whatever the fuck. Don't Pepela here. I'm not like, it's not time for jokes, okay? You'd be like, fuck that guy. That guy sucks. But when it's like a guy who's all about guns, you're like, oh my God. Oh my God, that's normal. That's so normal. This guy just is a gun guy. So it's not an accident that we have. It's not an accident that we have this thing happen. Mass shootings and specifically school shootings happen so frequently in this fucking country. Other countries don't have these issues. Anyway, here, hold on.
Far more evil for someone to gun down little kids. It is intolerable and it is unacceptable for us to have in the state anybody who would kill little kids in our schools. Children are a blessing. God teaches us that.
Fuck you, dude. Children are a blessing. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
Filled with laughter.
Bro, when a tragic event occurs, as it does always, okay, nonstop, first thing that these fucking assholes think about is like, oh no, how will this impact the bottom line of gun manufacturers? So understand that when someone is saying like, oh man, we gotta protect guns, like, remember, they're not saying like we have to protect the American citizens' like right to self-defense or any other fucking bullshit that they try to make it seem like they care about. They straight up are basically saying, oh, did a bunch of babies die? What will this do for the bottom line of gun manufacturers? How can we defend gun manufacturers' bottom line? Understand that. It's nothing but that, okay? It's nothing but that. That's it. That's what these motherfuckers care about.
Innocence and joy. Their love is a gift that parents get to unwrap every single day.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of shit, dude.
Parents in Uvalde had that gift taken away from them. Stolen by a demand.
Okay, I don't care about this. I don't care about what he has to say. I don't care about his like fake tears. Literally going to go to an NRA. He's going to go to an NRA conference on Friday. So just remember that. He's going to an NRA conference. That fucking dickhead in the back also. Ted Cruz, trigger warning, Ted Cruz. They're both going to an NRA conference in Texas, okay, on Friday. So if they're fucking sitting here crying, and that dickhead too, that one that can't even fucking cook a brisket. God damn, Texas Republicans are so cucked. Literally the most cucked motherfuckers on the planet. If you are a Republican in Texas and you pride yourself on like, being, Texas tough, Texas fucking, everything's bigger in Texas, and you find yourself voting for this fucking melted candle wax figurine and this dickhead, you're just a cuck. You are a gigantic cuck. These guys literally just fucking slap on some fucking cowboy boots, and you're like, all right, that's me, yee, brother. That's me. He's just like me for real.
Support. They're also supported by the Texas Division of Emergency Management, the FBI.
This guy has led Texas through multiple infrastructure collapses, shootings, 2020 election nonsense. At what point do we call the residents of Texas stupid? The residents of Texas are not stupid, man. They're not stupid. They just feel fucking disillusioned. They feel powerless. The overwhelming, the plurality of Texans just don't vote. They're not fucking stupid. As a matter of fact, they're fed up. Who are they going to vote for? What are they going to do when they vote for someone? Stop blaming fucking voters, man. You're a fucking voter, okay? Stop blaming voters. How cucked are you to the American government? How cucked are you to our idiotic two-party system that you literally turn around and blame your fellow man? Now, of course, if they're Texan Republicans, they're cucks regardless. That's entirely different. But like that, this is not the fault of Texans. Like, it's not their fault. What good would voting do in the situation if the state legislature is still dominated by fucking the Republican Party and they're pushing for state measures like overturning the results of a Democratic election if the state legislature, dominated by the Republicans, by the way, see that it's, see that the Democrats won and they don't like that? What are you going to do? Vote harder, dude? How are you going to vote harder? No, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. The Democratic Party is just as fucking corrupt as the Republican Party, and they rely on the Republican viciousness to whip up people into a frenzy to go out and vote for them, to fundraise. You need power. Politics is about power. Politics is about the distribution of violence. Who gets to do it? Politics is about the distribution of resources. Who gets to have it? Right now, you as a voter don't have shit. You want to know why? Because your primary responsibility, the reason why you are alive on this planet is to fucking sit down, shut the fuck up, and consume, okay? Whether it be garbage TV shows, garbage Marvel movies, or just straight garbage being fed to you from every facet of like every single industry, filled to the brim with fucking microplastics, yum. That's your job. Your job is just to fucking consume. Just sit there and eat and consume. And I'm a person who does love commodity consumption. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. Okay. The viral thing about this now is that he was a transgender leftist illegal alien. I'm trying to fact check it constantly right now. It's not real, dude. It's a self-report. You are literally reporting on yourself. I hope you understand that the circles that you are trafficking in, the circles that you're engaging in, are psychotic 4chan losers. Those are the only fucking people that said this. It was a complete lie. Unless you're fucking literally baiting in here to just be like, ha ha ha, I got him. So just remember, that's a lie. That person that they found on Reddit, a random trans person in Reddit, they were like, 4chan was like, how can we turn this around and make it transphobic? The trans girl that they're using in the photos is literally alive. Like, she was fucking writing on Reddit, like, I'm alive. The shooter is dead. What the fuck are you guys doing? But they don't care. Paul Gozar tweeted it, so it's beyond 4chan. Yeah, Paul Gozar is the 4chan fucking Republican. What are you talking about? He's literally... Anyway... So just remember, like, if you're getting whipped up into a frenzy or like believing in complete fake news like that, just think about where you are consuming news from, okay? Where you're getting news from. It's just, I'm so fed up, dude. I'm so fucking fed up. I don't know. It's just, this sucks. It sucks so bad. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than it just sucks. It sucks so bad. Better to look at what else your peers believe. Like, do you align with that guy who thinks the earth is flat? Might want to chew on that one, lol. What? Text in here, what can we do? Serious question. It's so fucked in my state, and there isn't much I can do from Austin, Texas, a more progressive area of itself, where I live in downtown. Yeah, I don't. At this stage, when it comes to gun violence, like, I literally don't know what. I have no other options. I have nothing. I feel incredibly fucking hopeless. It is such a fucking gigantic problem that requires a creative and multifaceted solution. Like, we're talking about basically changing the American consciousness around gun ownership. We're talking about getting the Democratic Party to stop being feckless. Johnny Depp court, don't care, didn't ask about anything else. Dude, okay, well, there's plenty of other places where you could get the Johnny Depp content. And you just felt like coming in here to say that. It was really psychotic.